Prison disturbances like the one in Maidstone last night are not new. One of the worst was the 1990 Strangeways riot, which lasted 25 days. 2 men died and nearly 200 more were injured. In November 2012, trouble broke out at Moorland Prison in Doncaster when officers tried to intervene in a fight. The disturbances there lasted 3 days. On New Year's Day in 2011, inmates at Ford Prison, West Sussex, went on the rampage, smashing windows and activating fire alarms. They were angry at being ordered to undergo breathalyzer tests for contraband alcohol. We're joined live now from Widnes by Shaun Attwood, a former prisoner in this country and in America. And he's written about his experiences in a book called Hard Time. Good morning to you. First of all, describe really what life in prison is like and how easily riots can be sparked.
Oh, good morning. Thanks for having me on. I was in prison in Phoenix, Arizona. And riots can be sparked at the slightest thing. There's just so much pressure in there. In America, they don't give them any education, rehabilitation. They don't give them anything to do. And that's what we're seeing here now in the UK, is that our government is trying to bring that kind of American system over to here. And they're pulling things back here, and it just raises that pressure level.
So it's really about feelings of discontent of the prisoners and them having no release. Is that how you describe it?
That can be one reason. Another reason is where I was at, it was completely gang controlled, and it was all racial gangs. And the race riot that I was actually in was because the head of the black race was extorting members of all the other races. The other 3 races got together, the whites, the Mexicans, the Mexican Americans. They sent guys in to smash the head of the blacks. The blacks started running up the stairs to protect him. Then the whole room just burst out into a race riot. Guys are grabbing mops, running around doing ninja moves. The guard on duty that day was a particularly tough guard. He put a spacesuit on, come in with a fire extinguisher-sized canister of chemical spray, sprayed the whole pod. And once that hits the air, I mean, snot's running out your nose, tears running out your eyes. I had an old-timer cellmate back then, and he said what you have to do is wrap a wet towel around your head and blink over and over, and that washes the chemical spray out, and that was the situation I found myself in. But
how does it get to that level? Why is it that the guards don't have the control?
In America, you've got 2 guards watching hundreds of prisoners. It's to keep the overhead down. In America, the prisons are a business model. So if you get $50,000 a year of taxpayers' money per prisoner, you have 2 guards, because then that keeps the overhead way down, but then it becomes completely gang controlled, so the gangs can do whatever they want. And, you know, it's flooded with drugs, there's violence every single day. They don't give the prisoners anything to do because they actually want them to come right back, because it keeps the prison in business. That's why you've got 1 in 100 adults in prison in America right now. And Cameron said we're looking to the private prisons of America to rehabilitate our prisoners. This is a move in that direction. This is what they're trying to introduce here.
Well, yes, I mean, that's a big debate ongoing here at the minute. The probation service, the plans are to privatise 70% of it. I mean, what then would you predict if that did become the outcome?
Well, if you look at Arizona, where I was in prison, which has got some of the hardest prisons, it's got the highest crime rate in the whole of the country, according to FBI statistics. If you treat people like animals, they're going to get out of prison and behave like animals. And you've got to bear in mind, these guys are going to get out and be our neighbours at some point.
So what is the solution then?
You've got to draw the line between punishment and rehabilitation. I'm not saying prison should be easy. You know, I committed crimes. I threw massive ecstasy parties, and I deserve to be punished. And it shouldn't be easy. It shouldn't be a holiday camp. But you've got to draw the line somewhere. In Scandinavia, where it's not as harsh as America, they actually have the lowest crime rates in the entire world. So perhaps we should be looking more in that direction instead of the American direction.
OK, Shaun Attwood, thank you very much for your thoughts this morning. Thank you.